the most engaging, impactful, informative, and entertaining talk show ever. Get ready to hear the voices of many local, state, and national artists, musicians, comedians, pastors, athletes, and politicians. It's time for South Florida Live with Jeffrey Brown.
All right. Hey. Good evening. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the South Florida Live Podcast. Listen, I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown, and as we always say, this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Hey, let's go. It's season 2. It's season 2 of the Singles Edition. Listen, you don't want to miss tonight's episode. Please join us on tonight.
Touch your people, they shit. When you're in the shadows by yourself, you just underwater and not reaching out for help. Whoa, only wave you can't get over is your own. That's when me blocking passage to the throne.
All right, come on. Join us on tonight. Hey, listen, if you're viewing us by Facebook, come on in. I need you to tag some people for me, if you will. Go ahead and tag a few people. Let them know that the South Florida Live Podcast is on. Go ahead and text somebody. Let them know that we're live. And tonight, it's the Singles Edition. Y'all, we're in season 2. Join us, please. Listen, if you're viewing by YouTube, come on in. If you're viewing by YouTube, let's go. Let's go, YouTubers. Hey, if it's your first time viewing us by YouTube, I need you to do me a favor, if you will. If you're viewing us for the first time by YouTube, do me a favor, please. Please hit the like and share button if you don't mind. Go ahead and tag a few people if you will. Come on in. Thank you for joining us on this evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the South Florida Live Podcast. Hey, listen, I hope everyone experienced peace and blessings on today. Everyone had a blessed day on today. Everybody's doing well. You went to work, went to school, whatever you did today. It was a blessed day. Once again, good evening, Ms. Green. God bless you. Peace and blessings. Thank you for joining us on this evening.
You're in the shadows by yourself. You just underwater and not reaching out for help. Whoa.
Hey, you want to join us tonight, y'all? We're going to have a conversation. It's some stuff that we want to talk about tonight. Yeah. But you know what it is. We're still dating God's way through our past hurts. Our past hurts. Yeah. So you don't want to miss tonight. So YouTubers, go ahead and like and share if you will. Go ahead and like and share. Facebookers, go ahead and like and share. Give me some hearts. Give me some love. Let me know that you're there. Good evening. Good evening. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. If you don't mind, come on in. Thank you for joining us on this evening. Thank you for those that's coming in. Thank you. We're running a little late, but hey, we'll make it up. Come on. Hey, I really need you guys to do me a favor, if you will. Go ahead and share this podcast with someone on this evening. Share it with someone that you know. May be a blessing to them. May be able to open some doors, close some doors, whatever. Shine some light on some things that you're going, because tonight's conversation, I think it's going to be engaging. It's going to be interesting what we're talking about tonight. Hey, good evening, Ms. Ambrose. God bless you. Peace and blessings for joining us on tonight. Thank you for joining us. Good evening to you. Hey, tag somebody. Ms. Green, tag somebody if you will. Let somebody know in the comments. Tag some people that you know. Text someone. Let them know that the South Florida Live Podcast is on. Join us on tonight. Hey, listen. YouTubers, if it's your first time viewing us by YouTube, I need you to do me a favor, if you will. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. And once you do that, there's a bell that you click on. Go ahead and click on that bell and click on all. That way you'll get notified every time we go live. If you can do that for me. Thank you so very, very much. Hey, listen, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds and we're going to get started because we want to talk about something tonight that good conversation. Should be a good conversation. Yeah. I know we're talking about hurts, but we're going to talk about some things that can cause hurt. Yes. So we're going to help walk through this. We're going to walk through it, navigate it through it, see who we can help. If anybody can relate to it, we're here for, try and help those that need help. That's what it's all about. All right. 15 seconds. Pull up like a Uber, hallelujah. Any type of music that'll move you. And we don't really care what you're doing. We just walk up in the room like, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Feel like that. I'm blessed. Feel you're in the shadows by yourself. You just underwater and not reaching out for help. Whoa. Only wave you can't get over is your. All right, come on. 5 seconds. Phone dying, worry how you getting home. Preparation insulated and alone. Oh wow, I see. We got a guest tonight. We have a guest tonight. All right. God bless you. We got a guest tonight. I'm blessed. Situations make you feel like last. Blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. All right. Once again, good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the South Florida Live Podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown, and thank you for joining us on this evening. Those that are joining us, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining us. Listen, please share this podcast with somebody right now. Please share this podcast with somebody if you will. Text them, call them, let them know that the South Florida Live Podcast is on. And we are discussing, once again, we're discussing dating God's way through our hurts, our past hurts. And one of them that we're going to talk about tonight is insecurity. Insecurity. Okay, we're going to talk about it. I think this is going to be a good conversation on tonight. Listen, before we do that, there's a few announcements I'd like to make on tonight, if you will. Hey, listen, y'all see I'm bringing out. Yes. Hey, listen, and Elder, where did you get those nice beads from? Right here. Boom. There it is. The Christian Eve collection. This young man is amazing. the things that he do, and how he creates some of the amazing bracelets, beads, charms, lockets, whatever you need. This young man, Chris Chris Everett, he can make it for you. Go ahead, write down that contact right there, 786-307-4925, 786-307-4925. His name is Chris Everett. Chris Everett is his name. And trust me, you'll thank me later, okay? You will thank me later on this one, okay? So check him out. Check him out. There it is. Check him out. Hey, listen. Also, hey, we're in the April. We're in the month of April. Once again, hey, let me shout out all the April birthday. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. Let me get this out of the way. Happy birthday to all folks, everybody that was born in April, all the April birthday people in April. Happy birthday. Yeah. Okay. I gave you that. No, serious. Happy birthday to everybody that was born in the month of April. God bless you. Hey, listen, April is here. So listen, y'all, guess what's happening? It's 111 third anniversary. 111 third anniversary is happening April the 12th. April the 12th. And it'll be located at location. The location would be New Birth House of Prayer, 2300 Northwest 22nd Street, 2300 Northwest 22nd Street in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You do not want to miss this wonderful time, this great event. We want to come and celebrate with these young men. It's 111 third anniversary, April the 12th. 2025. Listen, there is a charge, $25, just $25, y'all. That's it. $25. Nobody's gonna lock doors, close doors. $25 in advance, $30 at the door. Once again, the location is New Birth House of Prayer, 2300 Northwest 22nd Avenue in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. As you see, it's going to be a host of special guests, artists that's going to be featured there. You do not want to miss this at all. You don't want to miss it at all. So, hey, mark your calendar right now. If you will, do that right now. And let's go and celebrate with these young men. 111. And guess, look who's going to be the host. Our guest tonight going to be the host, Lady Elaine D. Nelson, going to be the host of that great event. So you don't want to miss it, okay? Mark your calendar, put your calendar down for that, all right? Don't forget, starting on every second and fourth Thursday, it is back. By popular demand, it is back. Let's talk about the things that matter. Y'all know that's our political segment, our political episode on there. And we're going to have Pastor Joy Jackson with us again, and Tanika Bennett will be back with us on that episode during that time of that segment. Every second and fourth Thursday at 7 p.m. So you don't want to miss us. Okay. Join us, be a part next Thursday. Matter of fact, next Thursday, mark your calendar for next Thursday to be with us. Let's talk about the things that matter. Y'all, there's a lot that's balled just all up in me that got to come out. I've been very quiet. A lot of people know I've been very quiet about what's going on right now, what's happening, what's going on with this administration, what's going on with this government, what's going on here in state of Florida. I've been real quiet. I haven't been saying much. I've been talking to people, but I've been researching. I've been listening. I've been checking out. So, hey, you don't want to miss next Thursday because I got a lot to talk about. Pastor Joy Jackson got a lot to talk about. Tanika Bennett has a lot to talk about. So we're going to bring it to you, and we're going to discuss some things on next Thursday. So you don't want to be a part of that. All right. All right. Thank you for that. Once again, those that's joining us, come on in. Thank you for the ones that's joining us and being a part of the podcast on tonight. Hey, listen, let's get started. Let's go. I want to get this thing started. My sister is here with us. The one and only Chantel Winston. God bless you. Peace and blessings, my sister.
Peace and blessings, Elder. Listen, you on the road tonight. First with the birthdays. When October roll around, I'm going to need you to have a little more enthusiasm. Just a little bit more. That's it. Just
I did mention April.
No, but I need some more enthusiasm. You know, you can bring out the bells and whistles, the little background music when October roll around.
I don't know about
I need that from you. I need that from you.
I don't know. I think just me acknowledging it is just acknowledging it. I mean, because we just left the most magnificent, marvelous, miraculous month of the year. So I don't know how, it don't match up. So
I'm just saying, when October roll around, that's all I need from you. That's all.
I'll see what the Lord say about that.
Oh, okay.
I'll see what I'll see. Pray about that one right there. But I mean, I'm acknowledging. I'm gonna acknowledge October. I'm acknowledge just like I did.
I'm just asking to add a little razzle dazzle. That's all. Because April was just kind of like, happy birthday.
Okay. What's special about April? But anyway, April brings rain and storms and shower, all that stuff, man. Okay, so
it's a new season. That's something to celebrate.
Sounds good. All right, listen. Hey, we got a special guest with us on tonight. We got a phone call. Y'all keep Miss Terrell Thomas in your prayer.
Miss Williams.
They had one of girl said William. No, Thomas. One of her kids that she watch over. I don't know, today something happened to them today, so they're at the hospital, so we want to keep them lifted up. So she could not be here on this evening. We got that call at the last, they call, but we understand that you got to take care of your business. So our prayers go out to man and Miss Thomas. But we have I see her, but I don't see her. I see her, but I don't see her. Oh, there she go. She was hiding. It's the one and only Lady Elaine D. Nelson. God bless you. Peace and blessings.
Hey,
thank you.
Lady Elaine.
Hey.
There it goes.
How you doing?
How y'all doing?
We have sound now. We have sound. Yes,
it's good to see you all. You have sound. You can hear me clearly.
Yeah, we have sound. Yes. Now we have sound. You took yourself off of mute. Now we have sound.
He on the road tonight. Don't worry about it.
I heard that birthday issue with April. I heard that.
You see?
What issue did I have with April? I acknowledge April. I say
am going to be
everyone that's born in April, happy birthday to you guys. Yeah,
I'm going to make sure I tune in December. To see how it goes in December. I'm going to make sure that I tune in because I'm telling you that April was so dry.
I can tell you how it's going to go. I'm going to say to all those that were born in December, happy birthday.
The disrespect.
And that's the month Jesus was born. You definitely got to add a little razzle dazzle, sprinkle.
The bells, the whistles, and
he knows.
I need to
roll out the red carpet.
I need to see a manger on here.
Come on.
Behind you and all that. I need to see all that.
It's only right. It's only right.
So we got extra folks that's extra in December. That's what it is. Okay.
That's right.
But anyway, hey, listen, I did say happy birthday to April. Dry. Everyone that was in April. I didn't have to acknowledge it. I really didn't. But I did anyway. I'm trying to be fair.
Only right. You acknowledge marvelous, majestic March. Why not keep it?
When I tell you, honey, I'm like, can we be over with March already?
After we just left one of the magnificent, marvelous, miraculous months of the year. I mean, what you expect?
That's cool.
That is hard to follow. That month is very hard to follow. So
really, you think so?
So for me to say, to those that were born in April, happy birthday.
God bless you.
God bless I wasn't born
in April.
Oh, Anyway, we gotta get started. We are late. We are so late. He's here. Okay, there we go. The one and only with his Eagles hat on.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Them Eagles.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
What's up, bro? Good evening to you.
Good to you.
I'm good. I'm actually in a hotel room. I'm in Philadelphia.
All right, Philly.
Well, I almost said something.
No, yeah.
Elder's on the road tonight, just to let you know, Robert.
He's on one.
I'm so glad I caught the telling of y'all conversation. I'm so glad March over. I don't know what to do.
Really?
I don't know about all that magnificent, marvelous. I know it was getting on my nerves. That's what it was.
Listen,
I don't know of a grown man. I don't know of a grown man that had a birthday month.
Hey, that's right. That's right. Hey, listen.
I was so happy to see that month over with. I didn't even tell one April Fool's joke because I was just happy to see April. I was happy because he was getting on my nerves with that March stuff, man.
You know what? I can't help because there are so many people that was born in March, and we're that March greatness. I can't help it because we're March greatness. We can't help it.
What earth do you live on?
And somebody save him from himself.
It's so many people on every month of the year, not just March.
Save him from himself.
Can you say March? Can you say April
people on earth?
Listen,
it don't sound. Everybody was born in March, and it was 17 people born with the rest of the year, bro. It's a zillion people every month.
It does not sound the same as March greatness. Let's try it. April greatness. That don't even sound right.
No, March
greatness. Greatness.
Listen.
March greatness. That is it's just March. Boom.
It's just madness. March madness. Somebody don't say March greatness. They say March madness. And the weather-wise, it's March mess because that's the most inconsistent weather of the whole year. It's hot tomorrow, cold the next day.
Listen.
Stop.
Watch what's gonna happen in April, and in May, and in June, and in July.
Listen, Rob, I already gave him a heads up October. You heard me, Rob? I gave him a heads up October.
Yeah, October. Yeah.
He got to roll out the for December.
And December.
That's right.
We got people to talk to tonight. I'm over October and all December.
No, it's over.
When we get there,
when we
get there, we'll get there.
Okay, but on a side note, we did open the club yesterday.
Oh, okay.
That we had to open the Laugh House.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And I got a chance to hang out with Cheryl Underwood, and she was just as crazy on person as she was, on television. I had a good time.
Yes. Well, that's great, man. I told you, brother, there's a lot coming your way, man. So I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Hey, y'all, listen. Let's get this party started because there's some stuff we want to talk about. Because hey, y'all, those that are viewing, we are discussing, we are talking. Dating God's way through our past hurts. And tonight, y'all, this evening, listen, can we just have a conversation tonight? Can we have a discussion tonight about understanding? Watch this, understanding, because this hit me a couple weeks ago, having a conversation with someone. It hit me. So I'm like, wow, we need to really talk about this. Understanding and acknowledging your insecurities. Understanding and acknowledging your insecurity. Listen. It is said, watch this. It is said to reduce hurt stemming from insecurity, people should focus on building their self-esteem, practicing self-compassion, and understanding their insecurities. Their insecurity origins, which means the point or place where something began, but while also setting boundaries and communicating openly. That's the other thing. Y'all know I have to have some foundation scriptures because we're doing it God's way. So we got to kind of match, bring the word in it if we can. Psalms 139 verses 13 and 14. It says, "For you created you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know the full well. Other word, this passage highlights the intimate knowledge and the purposeful creation of each individual that God has created. Philippians 4, 6-7 said, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, in situation, pray and petition." Y'all know that. Thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace. That part. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. All right. That one right there. I mean, we gotta have to have a foundation to find something that'll uplift our spirits and kind of motivate us and push us in our way. So can I start this off by saying this question, Rob? Can insecurity cause unwarranted hurt? Is it possible for insecurity, y'all? Everybody answer this, if you will. Is it possible to cause some unwarranted hurt by being insecure?
Not only is it possible, but it's inevitable. If you had insecurities, you're destined to be hurt. Because when you have insecurities, you are relying too much on someone else to make you feel good, on someone else to solve your problems, and to someone else to do for you. You should not even be dating if you have insecurities, because now you're bringing baggage to a relationship before it even starts. See, that's why he said, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing," and all that stuff, because you're supposed to allow God to create a you and you that has gotten rid of all that. Now you are ready to date. Because remember, in God's way, so you got to understand, is God's way, this whole dating thing is not how we looking at it, and we shouldn't even be looking at it the same way as everybody else looking at it outside the church. Because the one key element between dating and going out is intimacy. Without intimacy, you're just going out. When you add intimacy to going out, that's dating. That's why people can say, "I can go out with different people," but you can't date different people. Now, if you got insecurities and you bring in that baggage before you even get to know someone, you already got strikes against yourself, it's destined to have problems. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about that. You're going to have problems.
Chantel?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I definitely agree with Rob. I think, what we miss as far as being single is taking that time to learn ourselves and understand, what insecurities, what trauma, what triggers that we have before we even involve ourselves with somebody else. Because I think a lot of times when you are insecure, you look to dating or look to someone for that validation. You want that attention. You want to feel needed and wanted, but you have to be secure in yourself before you get with anybody else. Because like Rob says, you're just carrying that extra baggage and you're basically setting yourself up to be hurt. Because what if that person is unable to fulfill that want and need and, whatever it is that you're lacking or insecure about, you basically just setting yourself up to be, disappointed and hurt in the end. So, yeah.
Lady D.
Okay, so first and foremost, insecurity deals with doubt. So you have to deal with the doubt as to why you're insecure. You have to deal with the uncertainty of why you're insecure within yourself. You have to deal with the lack of self-love as to why you're insecure. You have to deal with the low self-esteem, which makes you insecure. You have to deal with the it's another word I want to use, the child experiences that makes you feel insecure in a relationship. Because what happens is, what makes you be insecure is all of those things that I just said. So you have to deal with the rejection that you've had from childhood, from adulthood, that makes you feel insecure. But if you're feeling insecure in a relationship, that's because you've already relied on that person to be the one to make you feel whole in that relationship. And you're not, and what happens is we find ourselves putting all of our eggs into a dating pool, oh, that's the one, and not realizing that, okay, wait a minute, I bring something to this relationship, so I am it also. I am it also. So you have to make sure that you know who you are.
Right.
Not and deal with that low self-esteem, the insecurities, the abandonment within yourself, questioning your worth makes you have the insecurities. But when you know who you are, you have no insecurities. So you have to deal with those things within yourself.
But for you to get to that, for you to hold on.
Can I say something real quick? Arrogant, and the problem is, if you don't deal with your insecurities, it'll become arrogant insecurities. Once you become arrogant with your insecurities, now you say to people, oh, he just gonna have to deal with me the way that I am, or she just gonna have to deal with me the way I am. That's arrogant insecurities. When you know something wrong with you and you're so arrogant about it, you say whoever wants to deal with me is just gonna have to deal with that part of me, and that's even worse.
Yeah,
and you'll always be going from relationship to relationship when you
and
have
you bring that right now, because me and Chantel, we was discussing it before we came on, that you got people that like that, but y'all, let's be real. You got some folks that don't realize it. That's why we started out saying we're going to discuss about understanding and acknowledging your insecurities, because and it takes me back to something I read about understanding their insecurity origin, which means the point and place where something begins. A lot of times people don't want to really, they haven't understand it, because I hear, Rob, you said the arrogance, where it's just who I am, and they really don't see it. And like Chantel said something before we started, she said a lot of times people want to use it for an excuse.
Yep.
To just stay there, not the point, not to be able to admit to themselves, I gotta, it's me, oh Lord, standing in the prayer. Not that other person, not that past relationship, not my husband, but it's not my wife, but it's me. It's me. I got some issues. So that's when I asked, can insecurity call unwarranted help? Hurt? Yes. But this is the thing.
It can.
This is where they have to come to the realization of, how can you identify your insecurities? Yeah. Some people literally, y'all, be honest, Rob, be honest, Elaine, be honest, Chantel. Some people can't identify. They're not identifying their insecurities.
Yeah.
They just think it's, they just, Rob, again, I hear you say that arrogance. They just think it's somebody else. They haven't identified.
I got news for you, Elder. I got news for you, Elder. A lot more people know what's wrong with them than you think.
Than they would admit.
That's why I said it's arrogant insecurities. They've gotten to the point where some people have gotten so arrogant with it to they've talked their self out of it being a problem. They say, that's just how I am. That's just the way that I am. So they know when you say something like that, you know exactly. Some people say, well, I just keep it moving. I got a nasty mouth. I do this, I do that. That's just how I am. And anybody want to deal with me, at least and then they say stuff like, at least I'm honest about how I'm. So trust me, they know. That's why I say arrogant.
But once again, when you hear people make that comment, Rob, and I've had conversations with many, when they make that comment, they really, really, honestly, Rob, I know you're going to debate me on this. They really don't see it as insecurity. They just see it as, that's just my character. That's just
I agree with that.
Who I am. They really don't see it as immaturity, as insecurity. That's why I'm saying first they have to identify. They have to recognize a specific area where they feel the vulnerability and inequity, all that stuff. They got to check.
That comes with also communicating with the person that you're with, having a heart-to-heart and healthy conversation about what the insecurity is. It's like, okay, hey, if I don't like something, or if I need an understanding with something, you have to say, hey, you know what? Can I get an understanding why you do that? or that makes me feel this way. You have to say, okay, that makes me feel this way, or they have to be honest with themselves. And I've had to learn over the years to be honest with myself, because when you know you and you know you'll tap stuff, you just got to be honest and say, no, Lane, I'm quick to say, no, Lane, you have a problem.
Yeah.
Now that comes from seeing a psychiatrist too.
Well, I mean, we gonna get there, but now, how do you deal with y'all? How you deal with that person that said, you tell them, hey, listen, you know, you got some insecurity issues, and they answer you with this, yeah, I know, but I'm trying to do better.
They don't want to deal with it.
No, they're avoiding it.
They're avoiding the issue. They are avoiding the issue. They are avoiding the issue. You know, because I can always take a page out of my own book. You know, dealing with someone from previous, we were in the mall and this young lady was looking good. He was looking and I was looking. I was like, she fine, ain't she? And he looked at me like, yeah, she fine. What? She did. Because when you're okay with who you are and you start to learn who you are, and not to say that I'm all together. No, I have some issues too. Yeah, I do. You know, and I can admit that.
I do. Yeah.
That I do have some issues, you know, but I'm learning to deal with them within myself, because that's the problem. You have to admit that you have them and learning to deal with them yourself and not throwing them off on somebody else and saying, like Rob said, like it's the other person. No, it's not the other person. No, it's me. I have an issue. I'm doing this. And then two, the other person can't make that person feel insecure in a relationship either.
Right. And I mean, that's the thing. If you discover somebody that got insecurity and you're in a relationship with them, I feel that you somehow, it's your duty. It's kind of your responsibility to help them overcome the insecurities.
You know,
so that means you can't do things to cause them to have more insecurities.
Right.
So you have to be careful. Chantel, you were getting ready to say something.
Well, to your point, you can put yourself in a position to help the person, but the person has to want to be helped, because a lot of times they don't want the help. I think they put it out there to see if you're willing to allow to accept them how they are, because if you're not going to deal with it, they're going to be like, okay, well, on to the next person, because they don't feel like they need to change. They want somebody that's going to take them as is. And I think the other person has to make the decision, okay, is this somebody I'm going to deal with and deal with the insecurities, or am I just going to move on to the next?
You know, and a lot of that comes from failed friendships. In other words,
I was just, I'm sorry, hold on, Rob. I was just getting ready to ask you that, Rob. I was just getting ready to ask you that.
Yeah.
How can you, as a friend, help somebody that you know and you care for, help them identify, if you can, identify their insecurities?
But by not being afraid to lose them as a friend, and not being afraid to be honest with them because you care about them. See, insecure people surround themselves with people who never tell them about themselves. They agree. And when they don't agree with them, they just hang up, just don't say nothing, or just don't call them for a while. Just because you don't say nothing, sometimes not saying nothing is saying a lot. Because if you don't tell me something about what I'm doing a lot, what I'm doing, you're telling me a lot that you don't really care about me. You're going to let me just keep staying stuck on how I am. So when people say, like with Esther, that's the sister in the family that you know how she is. She cuss everybody out. But nobody ever say nothing. They've actually accepted this person being like that. Get this. Here's the crazy part about that. If anybody else in the family act like that, they quick to put them on their place. But for this specific individual, they allow this individual to stay in this nastiness, and they don't realize collectively you have all hurt that person, because y'all should have helped her with that long time ago.
And I hate when people say this. I hate when people say this about people like that, Rob. Well, child, you know, That's how they are.
Yes, I can't stand that.
It's
no,
not,
I don't
it's
know
not
how.
healthy.
No,
But it's not healthy.
It's not healthy at all. And
No.
I don't want
to tell you off. They'll tell you off for the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't want a friend in my life that can't be honest with me. And,
Right.
and then at a certain age, you should learn and be okay with someone being honest with you and not being offended. And not being offended.
Yes.
Now, granted, yeah, you might be upset about it, well, but then too, we have to be careful how we deliver that to a person too. Because you can't deliver it like you so cocky and you got everything good going on with yourself too.
They're not gonna
and you
receive
have
it.
some flaws yourself, and they can't. And like that, like the crown is sitting on your head, and you have no flaws at all. Your delivery has to be with some grace as well when you're delivering it to a person.
Definitely.
Yeah. So now, wow, this is good. Now, those that are viewing, those that are on, listen, y'all can jump in at any time. You had some experiences, or you at that point, or you need a question answered, or you trying to be better and get out here, and maybe you realize and you identified that you have these issues, you have the insecurity issues, but you just don't know how to break from it. So not only you got to identify, but how should they explore the root cause once they get to the root cause of it? Other words, consider if your insecurity stems from where it stems from, like past experience or social pressures or other factors that might factor in with a parent or a past relationship or a past marriage, or you know what I'm saying, something that happened at school. How can we how do you explore it? How do you get to it? How do you finally get to the root cause of it? And when you get to the root cause, then what?
For me, I journal. So some people have to write it down, those feelings, what they're feeling like. And then once again, it goes back to the person that's in their life or in their circle being honest with them and say, hey, let's talk about that. Why did that happen? Or why did you do that? Let's get an understanding of it. Because if they don't know, some people really don't know that they did something. Or because they may feel like what they did was okay.
Right.
You really don't understand it. You might not agree, but some people may not. They may not understand that they did something. They may not know that they did something that will cause their hurt to that other person. So it comes again with healthy communication.
I look that way because y'all if you don't know, my mentor, my mantra is, my motto is that I always try and treat people the way I want to be treated.
Exactly.
And a lot of times, I know it's maybe easier said than done. But I really try to really pattern myself where I think about it, and I'm like, because I asked a question a long time ago. I think I did in the singles back in the day. What would a relationship look like if each one treated each one the same way that they want to be treated? Because I know I don't want to be treated bad. No. I don't want to be treated bad, and that other individual shouldn't want to be treated bad. So that's kind of when you get to that root cause of you saying that I'm just hurting folks just to hurt folks, and then can you handle that when it come back on you? Now it's an issue. Now everybody you doing me. You doing the you did me wrong song.
One thing I learned from Jesus. One of many things I've learned from Jesus is, and when I look at his life, is when they said you're gonna have to go be bold about this, you're gonna be honest upfront, yet your yays be yays and your nays be nays, how you treat people. You have to understand when you take that approach, when you take that Christian approach, so that your light shine the whole 9 yards. They always kill the messenger. They always, if sometimes you're just gonna have to understand, you're not doing yourself a service by not telling these people how they are because if you don't, you're just feeding this cancer. You're watering this flower that's just going to grow these bad roots. Sometimes you have to understand they always kill the messenger. Jesus was killed because he spread the word. Sometimes you're just going to have to realize that if you really, really do love somebody, you're just going to have to tell them. And it's our job to do it. I know it hurts.
Yeah,
I know you don't want to lose a friend.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to lose it. But even in relationships, you're better off telling somebody something now. And if they like it, if they don't like it, and they walk away, it was going to end anyway. But if they do sit back and absorb it, they may be able to change. They may say, you know what? Now we can get further. Now that here's one thing. Just remember that it's people's natural instinct that when you tell them something about them, they feel the need, and now they're gonna have to tell you something about you. Remember that. You can't listen. You know, I know I'm telling you.
Mature people won't do that.
No, but no. It has nothing to do with maturity. That's human nature. That's human nature. Listen, the most maturest person in the world will have a immature moment. I'm not saying the person ain't immature no more, but that's human nature.
That's true.
For every action, you're gonna get a reaction.
Now I got to agree on that, because that happened in one of my past, that they, called something out on me. So I just figured, to me, y'all know my motto is what's good for everybody. So okay, there's some things that you trouble me. So I'm gonna express mine. But when you do, and they say that's just who I am.
Well, they say it's tit for tat. They say you going tit for tat.
No, tit for tat. No, I'm not.
Just if you can tell me about me, I can tell you about you. Right?
Come on, y'all. Are we communicating?
Absolutely.
We are communicating. It's called communicating, right? And having a whole conversation. It's communicating and having a conversation. It's being honest with each other and being okay. But you have to first build that relationship of communication.
All right.
You have to build that relationship of communication. If you have not built that relationship of communication with that person first, it is not going to work, because they're not going to hear you. So you have to build that first. Right back to what I said at the beginning. You have to build a healthy communication with that person that you're dealing with, whether it be friends, whether it be boo, whether it be your side piece, whatever.
Yeah. Right. And we got to get
I'm sorry, Rob.
That's good. I mean that. Yeah. I mean that's part of it. Yeah. Hey,
maybe, whatever.
But we as this is what hit me was to bring this up, because I just believe if you're a good friend, or you're a good associate, whoever, not someone is dating, but someone that knows someone that struggles with it and have a problem with it, to somehow it's kind of our duty or whatever to try and shine a light of trying to help them. I just believe in helping people. I don't like people stay in a place and they continually get hurt, and they just continue to get hurt because they don't want to change some things that's with them. And I think me and Chantel was talking about before we came on, that a lot of times they stay in it, to make themselves like they're the victim.
Right.
They have a tendency to turn it around and make it seem like they are the victim, instead of admitting that that wasn't them, that was me. I do have that issue. I do have that problem. But how do we get them to realize it, identify it, explore it, get to the root, and say, you know what, I'm changing. I'm at this point. I'm done. Okay. It ain't been working out for all these years. I keep getting hurt, and that's why we mentioned about insecurity bring on unwarranted hurt. I keep getting hurt because of what? Because we all know you haven't changed.
Yes.
But they bring that hurt on themselves because they have not changed.
They continue to be in those cycles.
And they continue to be in those same cycles and not change and not wanting to change because they feel they've gotten too comfortable until they change.
Yeah, because people have allowed
it. Get so comfortable in a situation until we feel like it's right, and it's
Right.
not right because we don't want to change, and we don't want to be better. But when you want to be better, you'll be okay with someone helping you to be better.
You know the best way not to hurt long term when you break up with somebody? By doing everything in your power during the relationship while you're dealing with that person. Because people who do everything that they were supposed to do in a relationship, and here's the key, regardless of what the other person does. See, some people, when you go tit for tat, you're playing the game with your heart. When you only do for people when they do for you, you're playing a dangerous game with your heart.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do what you're supposed to do in a relationship, regardless if you're mad or you're not,
absolutely,
if the person doing good for you or you're not, if you're sleeping with them or you're not, you're buying this or you're not, if you do what you're supposed to do in a relationship, when it's over, and I'm talking about when it's over, sometimes, most of the time, you won't hurt as much when it's over because you've done everything that you could.
Everything
do.
correct.
Right, you put your best foot
The people
forward.
that hurt the most
Absolutely.
is the people that sit back and regret knowing they did not do, and they know they didn't do all the things they should have did during the relationship, and they sit back and regret. Just like death. When people go to funerals, it's easier when you've given your all. Most of the time, when you're giving your all and you had a great relationship, it's a homecoming service.
Yes.
It's a homegoing service.
Yes.
You know, but when you didn't treat mama right and you didn't do this, they usually the people that's diving all over the casket and stuff like that.
Trying to jump in
that's that guilt.
jump in the hole.
That's that guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's eating them up alive.
You're supposed to do regardless of what people do. And it hurts. It hurts.
Like someone said to me, and they were like, I've never seen anybody bounce back like you do. And I said, because I try my best to do what's right. Like Ella Brown said, like Jeff said, my motto is, I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated.
Yes.
I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated. That's just it. And when I know that I've done my best to treat you the right way, I'm okay to walk away with my head lifted up high and be like, baby, I was good to you, and I know I was, and I'm good, and put my good clothes on and put my good smell on and walk out the door with my head up with and I'm good.
That's right.
I would tell my kids, if I, would die, if I had to come back in this world to be anybody in this world, with the exception of somebody like Jesus, I would want to be like one of my kids, or certain people, certain people that I would want to be like. I would want to be. And they go, why would you want to be that when you could be anybody? And I said, see, you understand? I said, the reason why I say that is I would love for somebody to love me the way I love y'all.
Wow.
I said, I don't care about fame. I don't care about none of that. If the people who I love, I'm talking about it's only a couple, my kids, it's only a couple. Right. If they would know how much I really love them and would do for them, if I could get that kind of love, nothing else is important. I want to come back to one of them.
So why is it that we can't? That's not a practice of treating one another the way you want to be treated, loving each other the way you would want to be loved. Why isn't that not a treat? I mean, once again, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Selfish.
If you did, what would a relationship really look like? What would a marriage look like? If that was to happen, if that was the process, if that was involved, where everybody was treating each other the way they would be treated. would we not? I'm saying it'll be a perfect marriage, but because we never had that. But would it be less divorce? Would it be less hurt? Would it be less painful?
Absolutely.
I think it'll be a lot more healthier marriages and relationships.
You know, it's the opposite of insecurity.
What?
Insecurity is a problem about the way that I feel about myself.
I'm just getting ready to go there.
Agree with that? You know what the opposite of that is? The opposite of that is the doubt about how you feel somebody feels about you.
About you. That's right.
Some people, for some reason, are so insecure with their self, they become insecure with how they think you feel about them. And they question your love all the time. They question your friendship all the time because they can't see how you could really love them like that. Because they
absolutely.
And you know one of the issue is with that, Rob. One of the issue is with that because I read it earlier about building their self-esteem and practicing self-compassion and understanding their insecurities, because a lot of times people don't take the time to spend time with themselves.
Self-reflection.
And I said it the other night when I was speaking on Monday. I said it the other night on Monday that sometimes separation like the separation life is not a bad life.
No.
Sometimes for a moment you may need to separate yourself from some things or from some people and then land the plane and do some work on you.
Right.
But if you don't ever want to correct yourself and admit to that you got these issues and say, you know what, I'm not, I'm just done. I'm not going to keep searching and people, and sometimes you got those that insecurity said, well, I just love hard. And people they don't love me back the way I love them. Sometimes your loving heart isn't that you're actually trying to love. Is sometimes you just trying to how can I say? You're trying to compensate. Not only compensate, you're trying to
force something that's not there.
Lock something down before it happened, before it's time. And you meant not. Oh, there it is. You want to skip the process step.
That's right. That's right.
You don't want to go through the process. You want to jump to we in love and you ain't been together but only 3 weeks.
You want to jump hula hoops.
Yeah. I think some people need separation. I think some people need some separation from themselves. I think sometimes you need to get out of your own dumb negative thinking. Stop being so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Stop
it goes back to self-reflection.
How somebody telling you beautiful and you telling them you not? How somebody telling you smart and you killing yourself telling them you not? How somebody telling you doing a good job, but you killing yourself saying, no, I don't think I'm doing. No, sometimes you need separation from yourself. Sometimes you in your own way. Sometimes you got to realize you got to stop beating up on you. Everybody ain't really beating up on you the way you think they are. Sometimes you beating up on yourself. You expecting people to feel that way about you. So when people say something good or nice about you, you can't even accept it. Or you can't even receive it properly because you done already talked yourself into negativity on yourself. Get out your own way.
Yeah.
Can I say this too? The hurt comes from also when the relationship has not been established as to what it is.
Right. Yes.
As to what it is. Because sometimes people can, like it was said, go just now too far in their head thinking that it's something that it's not, and not taking the time to say, okay, well, what is this that they're doing? What is it? And just if it's just friends, it's just friends.
Yeah.
Action is always speaking louder than words. You
Actions
know,
speak louder than words.
you know when you're in a relationship. People need to cut that out. You know when you're in a relationship. You know when it's deep.
But
You
no,
know,
some people.
But Rob, no.
Hold on.
Some people.
Here's the problem. The people who can't recognize how deep a present relationship they're in is are the people who usually holding on to small parts of other relationships.
There you go. Now I agree with that.
Nah, I'm with you on that.
I'm with you on that. They're holding on to other stuff.
You know when you slid all your chips in. You know when you slipped all your chips in. You know when you invested all of your money. You know when you invested all your time. Stop fooling yourself.
That's why you have to put it in your head, like, you know what? Let me slow down, or let me slow down in this situation so I don't hurt myself or hurt them by thinking that is more than what it is.
And that's why I said
some people will watch you put your chips in and hold some of their chips back. No,
exactly.
You exactly. Putting all their chips in, either you
and then be surfing
out.
And be surfing other places and have you sitting there looking like, okay, wait a minute, what we?
But that's what we doing. That's why I said we have to be. They got to be careful of the process of the steps. We can't jump beyond the steps, and you got to be very vigilant.
And can't get ahead of yourself.
Exactly.
You got to be vigilant what's going on, because you can't have in your mind with that diary that you wrote in the diary.
Remember, I can find a better you.
Have in your mind what you've been thinking about when you was a little kid.
Nope.
Because you get caught up in a situation and you get caught up in a place where you are, and before you know it, you be like standing there trying to figure out how you got there. And I'm gonna say this, because a young lady said this to me last week, and they said that sometimes lately they haven't been feeling too beautiful, attracted, or feeling like they look good. And I'm like, stop it, don't do that. Now you wallowing in it.
That's a pity
now
party.
You gonna sit there and wallow in it.
She wanted you to give her a compliment.
And that's an attention. That's an attention seeker.
Yeah. It ain't no reason. It ain't, because you can't say that, because you are, and you know you are. Because there's some time that you present yourself and you know that you are. So
and I'm sure they post pictures all over social media.
Stop it. You know they do that. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. That's why I'm like, we're not gonna do that. Okay. But now you're trying to you're trying to roll in the self-pity.
Yes, and then dwell on it.
What you say, Shan?
No, I'm saying they're sitting and dwelling in it, and they're trying to, pull you into it. And it's like, no.
Here's a rule.
To get attention from him.
Exactly.
And whoever else will listen.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And so by doing it, by expressing that to me, that means you do that to
other people.
Do that often.
Other people too.
Yeah.
And then most of them you most of you ain't gonna get like me to say stop it.
Right. They're gonna feed it to it.
That's right.
You plan, stop it. And that's what made me ask about the insecurity thing with the individual, and they expressed, I do, I kind of do, and but I'm trying to do better. No.
Here's the reality.
And I think, Chantel, you said it. Okay, what are you doing to do better?
Exactly.
Elder, I got one. I'll let you know from the door, and this is as real as it gets. Don't fool yourself. And hear both parts. Don't fool yourself. I can find a better you. And guess what? You can find a better me. But do you want me and do I want you? That's it.
There you go.
That's
good, Rob.
Because I can find a better you. And you can find a better me. So let's stop looking and let's stop going. There's a better Rob out there, and there's a better you out there.
You have to go to their other prospects.
And do I want you?
Come on. Yes.
But for them to get to that place, to that understanding, they got to be good with themselves.
Are the honest with yourself.
And honest with yourself, and finally come to the realization, I done woke up, I'm a big person now. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown woman. I got my grown underwear on, and I ain't doing it no more. I'm not gonna go through that no more. I'm not gonna go through it no more. I'm done. I'm done. It hasn't worked out. It hasn't been fun. The roller coaster ride wasn't enjoyable. And I ain't taking them roller coaster rides no more, because every time I go on it and it's not enjoyable, I get sick.
Not working for you.
So it's not working. So y'all tell me this, and we done. Tell me this. So it is said that the most effective way to practice self-compassion is to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Is that true?
Definitely.
Well said. No, that's true.
That's good.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's good.
Yeah. You got
that's true.
But that's something. The key word is practice. Practice self-compassion. You got to practice it. You got to put it in practice. You got to activate it.
Remember I told you
can't talk about it, but you got to actually put it in practice. If you want to change, if you want to change somebody, if you want to be whatever, you got to stand up and pay attention. Yeah,
we talked about this.
Because nothing changes until you change.
No,
absolutely, Shan.
We talked about this, Elder. A lot of people, a lot of times, when it come down to Christian dating, a lot of people get on here and they start quoting scriptures. Let's be very careful here. The Bible has nothing in there about dating. It has nothing in there about Christian dating. What it does have in there is how to become a better you.
A better you.
And if you become a better you, dating becomes easier. If you become a better you and she become a better she, then that's when God say, what God put together, no man can take away. So stop looking for scriptures to better your dating. Look for scriptures to better you. To better you.
And that's why I read those foundation scriptures. The foundation scripture wasn't for dating, but tell you how to date. The foundation scripture was to tell you to how to make yourself better.
Yeah. Right. That's it.
How to walk yourself, how to walk this life. I think I said it the other week that the scriptures that we read are not scriptures to tell you how to date, but the Bible has scriptures that's going to help you become a better person, to teach you how to walk this life, walk this Christian life, walk this everyday life in the right way, and to see yourself in a better way, in a better life, to encourage yourself. Scriptures are supposed to uplift you. Uplift you and lift your spirits, lift your mind, because it said, because it's the Bible said that it would guard your heart and your mind.
Yes.
But if you got to keep your mind stayed on me, and I'll give you perfect peace, but that will guard your heart and your mind.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Amen.
But that peace got to be within him.
Yeah.
You got to trust him. You got to trust the Lord to put you in that mindset that you're in perfect peace. I ain't saying now put your trust in the Lord where he going to tell you, he might speak to you. He going to let you know who's right and who's not. He going to give you that discernment. He's going to give you that discernment if you're listening to him, if you're connected to him.
Yeah.
But if you're not, it ain't going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
So, and that's when you're saying stuff like I said, the young lady said, because you don't have a peace. You're not at a peace in your mind. So now, since you don't have a peace in your mind, how you gonna have your guard? Your heart and your mind would not be guarded.
And that's a person that does not need to be in a relationship either.
At all.
Don't need to be in no kind of relationship.
I don't even need to be in a friendship.
Rob, who gonna have to get better?
They gotta have a friend, Rob.
That's why I keep saying people keep spending time away from other people. Sometimes you need to get away from yourself, from your negative thinking, from your negative attitude, from your negative perceptions, all that stuff. Yeah. You think sometimes the answer is you.
Like I said, the separation life is not a bad life.
No.
At some point, we need to sometimes separate ourselves from some people and some things.
Listen,
You know?
I've heard some people say it's you can't be happy with nobody else if you're not happy with yourself.
You better
Can't
believe
do
it.
it.
That's
Can't do
good.
it. It's impossible.
That's good.
It's
Yeah.
impossible. If you miserable,
You just gonna bring misery to everybody else.
if you miserable,
It's God's job to
what-
make you
what-
happy.
what-
It's
what-
God's
what-
job to make you happy. It's my job to make you complete.
Right.
That's what he
If you
said. He didn't give Adam he gave him a helpmate to help him do what he already was doing.
Right.
He didn't say Eve was supposed to come do everything you were doing.
he
You ain't gotta do nothing no more. No, she come
supposed to
to
make
help
that
you.
either.
People are supposed to come to help you be better. They ain't supposed to come do everything for you. No, that's
No.
God's job. Ain't my job ain't to build your self-esteem. That Williams, that's why they call it self-esteem. You're supposed to esteem yourself.
No. And that's why I always refer when I read that scripture that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing.
Good thing, already good.
He don't find a hurt thing.
No, already good.
Low self-esteem thing.
Cooked
He
already.
don't find a mean thing.
Done.
He don't find a hateful thing. He don't
It's
find
done.
I can't cook thing. I just added
Uh-uh.
that.
Yeah. But don't forget, Bobby said when a man finds a good thing, some of these Negroes ain't men. Some of these Negroes ain't men.
Since we there, oh, we gotta go. But since we there, I gotta ask a question.
I told you on the road today.
Since we there, this is
He's
for the
on the road, honey.
I told you.
Listen, I'm gonna put this out here. Maybe we'll deal with it on next Wednesday. But
Call me back because I want to hear this.
He mad because his birthday over.
the Bible says, shut up, Rob. The Bible says when a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing, right?
Yes.
And a lot of times I hear the sisters saying out there, "Oh, I'm a wife. I have wife potentials. I'm a wife material." Can I
A
ask
wife
y'all
wouldn't
this?
say that. A good wife wouldn't say that.
Hold on, Rob. So, sisters, this is for the
Already.
sisters. This is for the sisters. Y'all help the brothers out with this. And I'm not saying I ain't going back to the Stone Age
That's
days.
how we looking like.
What you about to say?
But,
You're on your own, Elder.
no, Rob. No, you're gonna
Tread lightly. What you about to say?
Real lightly.
No. Okay. I see this all the time. I know you're supposed to position yourself to be found. I know this. You're supposed to position yourself to be found. And a lot of times I see the posts and I see the pictures of yourself and people posting, the ladies post a lot of pictures of themselves, sometime every day, all day. Sometimes people just, once a day, every now and then, whatever, but they post pictures of themselves a lot of times out, different places, at restaurants, eating somewhere else, eating places, and they'll take pictures of their food. But I've never seen any sister, Rob, that posts a picture of a Sunday cooked meal.
Oh, but Elder, that don't mean they ain't cooking.
But they cook it. But they posting every Sunday.
Yep.
Every Sunday.
Yeah.
They posting a picture of them at a restaurant out with their food every Sunday.
But that doesn't mean that they didn't cook at some point.
Exactly.
If you had Red Lobster, yes, it does. If you had Red Lobster, yes, you ain't cooking at Red Lobster. You ain't cooking no meal and taking it to Red Lobster. Come on,
that
stop,
don't
y'all.
give a good view to the brothers that you have that potential. Because every time
that's up to you to get to know the person and find out. Everybody else did everything.
Show me a picture. You got some flour. Show me a picture. You got some flour on your forehead or on your forearm. You can.
No, they ain't got to have no flour on their forehead. But my thing is, this.
Remember how Sealy looked? Remember how Sealy looked when she made Sugar Avery that food?
Hey, Samuel Gordon, God bless you, man. Thank you for joining us. I'm done. But I just every now and then, sisters, every now and then, for the brothers, I'm speaking for the brothers, sisters, every now and then, could you at least post a Sunday cooked meal?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
wait.
I didn't say every Sunday.
But wait, no. But wait.
But every now and then.
For somebody like me,
here we go.
I'm by myself. I don't eat like that.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna cook this whole meal.
Well,
Send a picture of a pot pie.
But wait,
Send a picture of a TV dinner.
But wait, Rob. But wait.
I tell you what.
I don't cook like I can't
I'm gonna start cooking.
But
I'm
I'm
gonna
by,
start posting my
but I'm
Sunday
by
cook meal.
myself.
'Cause I'm by
Nobody
myself.
comes in my house like that because I don't
Nobody
have
comes
like
in.
that.
You know what?
So
You
what
know
am
I'm
I
gonna get
cooking
you.
all this meal for?
Right.
Watch
Groceries
All
is
that
high.
time
All
you
right.
say,
Now,
hey,
can I
I
answer
cook,
that?
come over.
I got my
Go
hand
ahead,
up.
Jeff. Go ahead,
I got
Jeff.
my hand up. I got my hand up. Can I answer that? Can I answer that one? And we
Listen,
going. We going for real though. We just did our 4th closing. We all preachers up here. Well, Chantel
we
is
started with
evangelist.
Chantel, right?
Chantel is evangelist.
Yeah.
So we done did our 4th close. Listen. Okay, so that means I cook on Sundays. I cook a full meal on Sundays.
That's
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna post my meals when I
Yeah,
cook.
go ahead, Elder.
I'm gonna post my meals because
Oh,
I
yeah,
cook
yeah.
on Sunday,
Tag it.
and it's just me. I'm alone. I'm by myself, but I cook meals on
God bless
Sunday.
you.
I cook meals during the week,
Okay.
God bless
but
you.
I'm gonna have. But I
Yeah.
cook enough. I cook enough that I'm gonna have. If I cook Sunday, I got something for Monday and Tuesday.
But
see-
I don't eat like that. I don't eat like that. So I'm gonna
Right.
cook something and it gets
Small
thrown out.
portions.
Go ahead and
I don't
post it,
know how
Elder.
to cook small portions. I
Go ahead and
don't.
post it, Elder. Don't listen to
I
her.
cook.
Post it, Elder.
Stop it.
Elaine,
Stop it.
if he cooking like Elder, you ain't no need for you to cook then.
No,
Go
why?
ahead, post it, Elder.
Everybody just go.
If you got enough left
Just
over,
go
you
to
got
Jeff
enough for
Household.
me.
No. That's not true. That's not true. Because every now and then,
Sharing is caring.
okay,
Here we go.
but I don't listen. I don't mind cooking. Cooking is therapy for me. It's therapeutic for me.
I'm not.
But still,
I can't cook,
but
but I'm
still,
not.
we talking about sisters. You're trying to position yourself.
Yes.
But it ain't all the
Audition
sisters.
for
I
a
mean,
job.
it's everybody's
It's not
Audition
all of the
for a
sisters
job.
now that go
Yeah.
Yeah,
out
everybody
eating out
can't
like that.
cook. If everybody can't cook, you need to get cook lesson.
Okay,
Y'all
so
know I learned how to
audition.
But
cook.
no, like me, tonight was just some grapefruits.
Y'all know I
was
know how
good
to
with
cook.
that, 'cause
I
wasn't
learned how to
hungry.
cook by
Don't
watching
you
my
stop
mother.
lying. Show us your food.
It was grapefruits. Grapefruits. That's all I had. I didn't.
Yeah, she about right. She about right. She about right.
and that's all you need.
But
I
but
don't
you know
eat
what?
like that.
But you know what? I learned by watching my mom cook. I really
Okay.
did. And some may not have that mother, whatever.
Experience.
But I learned how to watch my mom. You know why I learned how to watch my mom cook? Because my dad told me this. He said this and it stuck to me. And I told my son the same thing. Listen, you better learn how to cook at least one meal. Because you may get married and she may be in her feelings and she may not cook that night. At least you'll be able to.
But get to, hey,
still
Elder,
don't
I know.
cook. I don't care how bad
Hold
my
on.
feelings are.
Elder, I learned
No,
how
my
to.
mama taught me better than that.
Hold on, Elder.
Right.
Elder.
Cook the meal.
I
Cook
learned-
the meal.
There's no
Cook
Elder.
the meal.
I know how to
That's not
cook.
an excuse.
Listen,
That ain't an excuse.
I recommend every man to learn how to cook,
Yes.
clean,
Yes.
do the laundry,
Yes.
and go to
Yes.
the supermarket because
Yes.
this way you're able to pick a woman because you want her, not because you need her. See, when you too many people get married to people because they can't do
Don't be
this,
I'm
and then they rely
That
on these
is
people
good.
to fill them. No,
They lack
you
That's
pick
good,
somebody
Rob.
because you want her, not because you need her.
That's
When
good.
you
Amen.
need her, you're gonna get hurt.
but
Amen.
the Bible says.
Here we go.
Yes, I'm gonna leave it right there.
Let's take up the
What does
collection
the
Right
Bible
there.
say? Come
Y'all,
on.
y'all show some cooked meals
But-
some Sundays. Some Sunday cooked meals.
Who's
Stop
going
going
to
out
come and
to
eat
eat.
all that food?
Exactly.
Come and eat all that
Yeah.
food. Because
Y'all-
I
y'all-
can't cook. I don't know how to cook a small meal. I
Me
don't
neither.
I need to see.
know how
I need to
cook
see
a
large
small
portions.
meal. And it gets thrown away.
Okay.
And food
All right.
costs
Hey y'all,
too
listen,
much to be thrown
listen.
away.
Y'all been locked into the South Florida Live podcast. Hey, my crew was on point today. I hope we listen. Most of all, we were joking. That's a hey, listen, y'all, ladies. I was just messing around.
They about to be in your inbox.
But
Yeah,
y'all,
you better post that plate, man.
post my plate.
I'm not posting.
Sisters, y'all need to post some plates. Y'all need to post
I'm
some
not
plates and
posting
stop
no
posting
plate.
all pictures that y'all at restaurants and stuff. Post some plates.
I don't post no restaurants.
Give some brothers some idea. Because hey, listen.
I don't want nobody going to the restaurant where I go.
I know some folks that do post, they can't cook. But anyway.
Elder, you judging. You don't know what people can do.
No. I said I know some people.
Okay.
Man, you ain't got to back down, man. Say it, man. Say
it. That's out in the restaurant and they can't cook.
Hey, Elder, say it.
I'm gonna leave it just like that. Hey, y'all, listen. Tonight we were talking about dating God's way through our past hurts, but we were dealing with insecurities tonight.
Yes.
Hopefully we reach somebody, we touch somebody, we shine a light on someone that may be dealing with insecurity, and we said something that might help you to get over it, help you just to process, to go through it, to identify your insecurities, and then not only identify them, try and work them out and straighten it out and
heal.
And explore them and heal.
Yes.
And me and Shan, we said it, and it's not an overnight fix.
No, takes time.
We know it's a process.
Yeah,
we know it's a healing process. But the thing is, and I think everybody said it tonight, it's how you set your mind up to process, to finally come to the realization and say, you know what, I'm tired of being in this place. This is not a good place. This don't feel good. This don't feel right. I want out. I want to change. I want to be different. I don't want to feel this hurt no more. So I'm going to make up my mind. And I'm just going to walk through the process. And sometimes, once again, separation time, the separation life is not a bad life. Okay. I'm not saying you can't be around nobody. Don't get me twisted. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes you got to separate yourself from some people and some things. Okay. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. That's an action word. There's nothing y'all can do about it. Once again, thank y'all for joining me on tonight. God bless y'all.
Love y'all. Good night.
Thank you all.
All right, listen, you've been locked into the South Florida Live Podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown. And now, Listen, this was good. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you, Samuel Gordon. Thank you for your we appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining us on this evening. Everyone that's joined us tonight, thank you, Ms. Winston. God bless you. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you for joining us on tonight. I hope someone was blessed by tonight and received something on tonight. We really do. Hey, once again, if you want to be a partner with this podcast, you want to help this podcast and help us grow, right there, that's our information. Power Glory, $ Power Glory 777, $ Power Glory 777. And also our Zelle is Jeffrey Brown, JEFFERY Brown 2094 at gmail.com. That's Jeffrey Brown 2094 at gmail.com. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on this evening. I thank you. Michelle Ewan, thank you for joining, Michelle. Thank you. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you for joining us on this evening. Hey, I always say, listen, I'll pray for you. Hey, y'all, listen, pray for me, and we're going to watch God change things. God bless you. God bless you. God.
Email your idea for show topics to the South Florida Live Show at gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in to South Florida Live with your host, Jeffrey Brown.